So, this is exactly what just happened, right? Ready? Tell me you're not distracted. Did somebody say moon? Distraction. It's how a distraction works. When a distraction's a really good one, and this surely was fairly up there, you don't know you're being distracted. You're so distracted by the distraction, you don't even know you're being distracted. 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Now, folks, jump from one distraction to another, don't we? We don't even know that they're distractions in a lot of cases. Sometimes we believe things to be true, even though they aren't. Now, I've been busting my head to try and fast track a couple of lessons, shall we say, to bust through human nature, objectivity, being a subjective wanker. Not me. Just a couple of things, right? We're gonna bum rush. Like we're at the 5-yard line, 4th down. We've got to get over the line here, okay? Now, this is about being objective. And if you cannot be objective, and I know there are a lot of you out there that you cannot be, okay? If that is the case, you know who you are, I know who you are, not all of you, but I know a few of you, objective, right? When some of the stuff I come up with, you need to be objective, right? If you cannot be objective, if you know you are a subjective person, right, you must at least allow yourself to have that thought. I'm not objective, right? So when I'm saying something, every now and again just say, oh, hang on, if I was objective here, could he be making sense? Of course. Is it? I've got chalk all over that lens. Oh, luckily it's not that one. It's good, it's got 3 lenses. You have to remain objective at all times. This isn't about flat or round. I've been around Earth for all of my life up until 3, 4, 5 years ago. Right? I had no trouble whatsoever. I just switched. I didn't switch. I positioned myself strategically on the fence. And there I remain. But, okay, if you cannot be, if I was subjective, if I was a subjective wanker, right, I would have gone flat. Listen, it's been round for my entire life. What are they talking about? But no, I heard a few things and went, that little hat, ears popped up. Flat, can't be. More came. Took my money back off of the bet and sat on the fence, and I'm still here. But if you cannot be objective, you at least must acknowledge the fact that you cannot be objective. Otherwise you'll get nowhere, right? I busted my head last night to come up with a fast solution to show you what is happening, right? And it is happening. It's the lies, the deceit. You're getting further and further away from the truth. What's the truth then? What is the truth? I don't know. But what I do know is the Egyptians did not build the pyramids, right? Now, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about this, right? This, and this, and this, and this. And a quick mention to all of the people who majored in Egyptology, okay? But it was an interesting major, a career move, if you will. Now there's a problem with this career move. Those of you who follow my shenanigans already know, probably. When you have, I don't know how many theories there are. There are tons. Now, I'm going to pause you. Don't go away, right? I'm going to pause you. And we are back. Right. We have how many theories for the pyramids? We have, everything's been done. And those of you who follow my shenanigans would have heard me say, and soon there'll be another theory, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. But there is always something wrong. The Egyptians had jack to do with the pyramids, okay? Let's listen to this little tiny audio.
Still, it exhibits coherence across massive scale. The misunderstanding is not that the pyramid is impressive. The misunderstanding is that we have categorized it too simply. When we call it stacked stone, we imply additive simplicity. When we measure it, we find coordinated complexity. That contradiction is where this journey begins. In this series, we are going to dismantle the idea of the pyramid as a pile and rebuild it as a system. We will examine how the bedrock platform functions as a calibrated base plane, how astronomical alignment locks geometry into global...
Stop it. Stop it, sir. Now, this is it. We're here, right? We've arrived. You have all of these theories. Those of you who know my go-to place on this one, and here we are again. One 2.5 ton stone with copper handles. Just one. I'm not asking for any more than one. People invested their careers in Egyptology, majoring. If I had decided to do Egyptology, I would have lasted one day, or I would have changed history, because I would have said, teacher, how on earth did they quarry even one single stone with copper hand tools? Please answer me, sir, before we go on to all of the theories, please. What would sir have said? Well, no, this is about the theories of how they were built. We're not really concerned with how they were quarried with copper hand tools. Isn't it? It's one of those. The thing is, there is no logical out, all right? It didn't happen, folks. Here we are. Copper hand tools. How? It's like, am I being awkward for wanting to know the first step in the construction of the pyramids by the Egyptians? I just think it would be good to know how the Egyptians carved just one of the 2,300,000 2.5 ton stones. Just one. I don't want somebody to go and do like 100,000 stones just to prove a point. Just one. Just one. But it cannot be done. It cannot be done. 50 copper hand tools or this. I'll take that any day. But even with this, right? What you need to do is you need to stop messing about, and you need to start paying attention to the things that you are being told happened. And when something doesn't quite add up, put your hand up. It's called a question. You cannot accept something so illogical when there is so much riding on it. Especially those of you who majored in Egyptology. I would be getting my money back if you paid. See, I'd be in that class, I'd be going, what are you talking about? How? There is not a solution. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. It couldn't be done back then. It couldn't be done now. Not with copper hand tools. We are in the moment. Speed of light. Roma observing Io sliding out from behind Jupiter, and he reckoned that it was later and later the further the Earth moved away from Jupiter and Io. So when Io came out, when we were the furthest distance we could be from Jupiter, it took 22 minutes or something later. The problem is, Roma, look, it's stupid anyway, right? Unless you had a telescope pointing at them, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. There was no accurate timekeeping devices, okay? One 2.5 ton stone in 1676, there were no accurate timekeeping devices. 1676. So how did he look at what did he do when he looked at the first eclipse? Right, Galileo, I'm going to do this now, starting tonight. There's Jupiter. Right, I just saw Io come out right in this moment. Somebody talk to me. What did he do? Because in 3 months' time, he's going to do it again when we're a quarter of the way around the sun. Where is his time thing? How? This is it, we're here. Mirrors. Arago. What's the other guy? Few people spinning mirrors. Measuring the speed of light. Before there was electricity, spinning mirrors. Slam dunk. It did not happen. It cannot happen. It's impossible. Presumption, right? You will not know that it can't be done until you try it. These people that say, but it's been done thousands of times. You're presuming it's been done. It hasn't. Roma is the first train out of the station. The first, he is classed as the foundation. The measurements of the speed of light. Folks, there were no accurate timekeeping devices. Don't dodge this fact because it scrubs Roma. Bradley, 1728, stellar aberration. It didn't fucking happen. It didn't happen. It couldn't happen now. You're on planet Earth, and the sun's over here, and you pick a star up there tonight, go out, check a star out, you look at that star, and then in 6 months, You've got no tools, nothing. Like it was back in 1728. You look at the star and go, okay, see, I think I remember it. You can use a pencil and paper, okay? Little diagram or something. No photos, no. There was nothing. And then 6 months later, when you're this side, you find that star and you work out, what is it, the parallax angle? The change in the angles. Listen, please. It didn't happen. If you think it did happen, please start tonight, and then in 6 months' time, post your results. Spinning mirrors. It's so stupid. It's as stupid. These things didn't happen. When I say we're here. We're here now, right now. It's not even about being objective. Stupid, objective, subjective. Look, surely people must understand this. If there is no solution for how even one single stone was quarried from anywhere using copper hand tools, right? It's not possible, didn't happen. Why do we think the Egyptians did something logistically impossible, even if they could, even if they had pneumatic fucking drills? Why? This fairy tale, because that is all it is. It's a lie. It's a whopper of a lie. 2,300,000 stones. These are just the basic building blocks. There's more. There's other stuff, right? You are getting nudged, pushed further and further away from the truth. Don't know what the truth is, but to carry on with this stupid, illogical, common sense defying rubbish about the Egyptians building the pyramids when there isn't a solution for how the Egyptians used those to build the pyramids. Now, we're here. This is it. This is it right here. Roma. It did not happen. Yeah, but we know that they did it. It's been checked 100,000 times since then. What people are failing to understand is if the first one didn't happen, the actual building blocks of the measurement to the speed of light, Roma, he is the foundation. It didn't happen. Nor did Bradley. Nor did, what's that other guy? We've got Arago. We have Wheatstone. Was he a mirror spinner? I think he might have been the other mirror spinner. I think he might have been. How? This is the thing. How? How? You cannot carry on with theories for how the pyramids were built if you don't have a solution for the first step. It's not about science, it's about basic common sense. All of these people, qualified people, it doesn't matter, coming up with theories for how the pyramids were built without coming up with just something semi-reasonable for how 2.3 million 2.5 ton stones were quarried out of somewhere. Copper, hand tool wielding Egyptians. It isn't possible, folks. It is a lie. What needs to happen? what needs to happen. If you can be objective, this should be fairly simple up until now. If you're subjective, if you maybe majored in that stuff, not so easy, right? What should happen now is every single Mickey Mouse common sense defying, intelligence insulting theory for how the pyramids were built by the Egyptians, what should happen is they should all be scrubbed. Boom! Slate clean. And the next time a Mickey Mouser comes up and says, I've got a theory, what should happen? Put him into a car, or her, take him down to the quarry, and make it quite clear that you have, starting the Monday after he turns up, she turns up, you have Monday to Friday, you have 9 to 5, that's 8 hours per day, right? And you can have as many breaks as you want. Now, you're allowed to bring as many people as you want. It should be a team. The team should be called the way too much knowledge has been claimed that cannot be known team, right? They will monitor everything. So they will supply the copper hand tools. You can come, whoever it is, who's got another theory for how they were built, come with as many friends, and 40 hours, the team, the way too much knowledge has been claimed, the can't be known team, will rock up at 5 o'clock, 4:30 on a Friday, and they'll rock up at the quarry where the person with family, friends, is trying to get a stone out, 2.5 ton stone out with copper hand tools. The team will rock up and go, right, where is the stone? And on seeing no stone, but just a few cuts, understanding that in that 40 hours that this person had to try and dig a 2.5 ton stone out with copper hand tools, it might then become apparent how stupid the whole thing is, right? Now, if the guy says, oh, give me another week, look, I'll tell you what, give you to the end of the month. Give you to the end of the month, right? And we'll see how far you get. With as many people as you want. In fact, you can work 24 hours a day. And then, if somehow you bash one out, jagged around the edges and the holes in it, and then work out how many hours and then times it by 2.3 million. So multiply the result by 2.3 million. See, the thing is, it's way more difficult to quarry. Let's say you have 2 teams and you have 50 2.5 ton stones already out of the box, right? Off you go, 100 people there, 100 people there. This 100 people are at the quarry with their copper hand tools. Right, on your marks, get set, go! Now, they have to stack 50, 10, 10, 10, 10, whatever. The other 100, just do as many stones as you can, because when they're gone, we're going to need to supply some more, aren't we? Now, they will have finished somehow, whatever. They can use a crane or whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's all stupid. These people here trying to get the next stones out, I say stones, stone, will still be stuck on the very first stone, unable to move forward. Asking, where did you get those 50 from with copper hand tools? Shut up, right? This is what would happen. Now, it's impossible. We're here. This is it. This is it. This is the moment. Knowing it is impossible, how are there so many books? Why are people majoring in something? Right? is clearly stupid, isn't it? Can you see what I'm trying to get at here? Now it's as much about human nature and what is to the heads of children when they're young, as it is about the deceit and corruption that's all around us every single day, and that they use distractions to keep throwing us off of the trail. Well, we're on the trail still. They didn't go to the moon, but another story. Can you see what I'm trying to say? Now, for those people still in the cheap seats going, no, the Egyptian, what we've known for ages, there's loads of theories. It should be a slap upside the head, shouldn't it? It means you're not listening. Not even one stone, folks. But we step over that. Roma, timekeeping devices, mirrors, parallax, stellar parallax. Can't be done. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. If you think it can be done, then do it. But thousands of times, presumption. It's very, very difficult. This is the bit, it's like a crossroads right here. Everything that I'm trying to make people think for themselves, right? Not to believe me. Oh, I like what he's saying. I'm going to believe him now. No, there's no point. You're jumping from one to another. These things are easy to work out. You think for yourself. It's a little piggyback. If you have no accurate timekeeping devices, nothing at all. A couple of 100 years before electricity, literally, 204, 1880 electricity, how would he have timed the periods in between one solar eclipse, one Jupiter Io eclipse, and the next one 3 months later? How? Please, Bueller. Right here again. He could not have done it. Yeah, but there are no buts here, folks. This is it right here. If you think it could be done, do it. Please, be my guest. And when you come scurrying back with your tail between your legs, you shouldn't even need to really go through the motions. You should be able to work it out in your head. You should be able to picture 20 Egyptians smashing away at a wall trying to get a 2.5 ton stone out with copper hand tools. It's stupid. Money back for the majors. Definitely money back. And a bit of compensation, I'd say. I'd give you some of my stack. I made a ton of money yesterday on the... Anyway, that's another story as well. Folks, I hope the story about the Egyptians and the pyramids has been fabricated. Trying to keep the truth. They're trying to make the pyramids that looked exactly the same as they do today, give or take a brick, as they did 4,500 years ago. They looked exactly the same. They did. Trust me. They haven't changed in 4,500 years. This erosion, water erosion mark, guess what it is? A water erosion mark that runs at least 20 meters wide. Do you know how many stones are there missing? People. They're 5, 6, 7 stones deep. People scurrying up in the middle of the night to steal bits and pieces to build a bakery in downtown Cairo. It's the insults to people's intelligence again. They don't even have to try anymore. You need to make them work to fool you. Because this, to believe that lightning strikes carved a 20-meter wide ridge, some places 8 to 9 meters deep on the north, south and east faces. It did not happen. And it was not earthquakes. It was not wind and abrasive sand. Why me? Folks, can you not see that this is water erosion? It's been submerged for a long time. Looking at it quickly, the top is smooth. Water erosion, look at it. Splash, splash for thousands of years, for crying out loud. Look at that water erosion down there. It's been submerged. The top was the only thing sticking out. It was a bird haven. There was a time in the past where the top of Pyramid Giza was just wings. It's the only thing sticking out of the water. They're quite a long way away. I slam dunked the pyramids having been submerged for a long time, way before I had ever heard of the flat earth. It's not about the flat earth. I slam dunked, it's been submerged. To think something else, what? There is nothing. But it's the only illogical slam dunk that I've ever done. Even when I slam dunked it, I was thinking, where? How? Where did the water come from? What is this? Years later, talk of a flat earth. This is recent, 3, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, it's all blending into one. And I started paying attention. It didn't click instantly. Then one day I was doing the speed of light in the pyramids. I'm doing the pyramids again. They've been submerged. Flat earth. It's the only logical explanation. For me, this is a big thing because I had slam dunked it and it was illogical to slam dunk. But I still slam dunked it. You heard me slam dunk. The pyramids have been submerged and for a long time. But how does that happen on a round planet? 100+ meters above sea level. That means everywhere. Long time. Me love you, long time. You can see the water erosion mark. But with a flat earth, it was a moment for me. That was not even a year ago. Maybe about a year ago. Stand on something, doesn't make sense, but you know. And then, flat earth. But this isn't about that. It's just about the lies. And the importance of remaining objective and being able to change something that you believe when new evidence comes along. Because if the adults don't get this up and running, the next generation are going to be another generation behind the 8 ball, further away from the truth, which we don't know what it is, but we know where it's not. Can't keep going on with these Egyptians and the pyramids. That's whatever his name is. Let him have it. Be the laughing stock. How? I'll tell you what, mate. Carve a stone out for us. Show us how your Egyptians carved one. It's insane. It's fabricated. It's a fabricated story. Do you know the lengths that they've gone to? Roma, Arago, Fizzo, Foucault, all of these people. Its history has been rewritten to support the absurdities. Folks, the game's being played up here. Slam dunk. The Egyptians. But they found a papyrus. A papyrus? I'll show you where you can shove your papyrus. Listen, you have to understand something. It's the things that they're telling people as well. Look at this. I mean, you must know what we're going to be focusing on. Look at that. Look. Are we stupid? Those were done last weekend. Those weren't done 4,500 years ago. It's like they don't even need to try anymore. Just say something, everybody goes, yeah, all right. Yeah, I like it. That'll work. Next, what else? Yeah. He's busy at work. Carter brushes away fragments of a linen shroud from the second coffin of Tutankhamun. Prior to its removal, Carter completed his painstaking clearance and conservation of the contents of KV-62 only in 1932, 10 years after the tomb's discovery. It was discovered in 1922. Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered in 1922. 4,500 years ago, up until 1922. Was there nobody around digging around the pyramids? They did not find Tutankhamun's stuff until 1922. How does that happen? How does this happen? How do they not discover somebody? I mean, we have the Romans in this doing all the 1600s and 1700s stuff. They're all over it. But they don't discover something that was just sat there waiting to be discovered until 1922. It's all been fabricated. Slam dunk. Now, let's look at this. Two write-ups, opposite and left. Let's look at this one first. What's this? Huh? It's like something out of a comic book. That snake's got freaking legs, look. Don't worry, I'm going to read you the explanation. Look. Look at all those. It's fantastic stuff, isn't it? Look. Looks kosher, doesn't it? Perfectly normal. Now, what's said? What is said is, paintings from the tomb chapel of Rekhmira at Sheikh Abd el-Qurna. Rekhmira was vizier of Upper Egypt, governor of Thebes, and steward of the temple of Amun under kings Thutmose III and Amenhotepli. and befitting his eminent status, his tomb is one of the most remarkable in Western Thebes. Among its many unique scenes are depictions of its owner's life and duties, which included overseeing the artisans of Karnak. Among them, metal workers, seen here smelting bronze over a fire, brickmakers, carpenters, and many others. It's obviously on the other side, okay? Now, we'll go back to the other horseradish in a second. Look. I mean, what? Who? And why not how they constructed the pyramids and quarried the stones? Why are they showing all of this stuff? Paintings from the tomb chapel. It's paintings. When I die, the people that work for me, can you do some paintings? I want just to come with me, see what they did. Chippies and bricklayers and stuff, and some melting the whatever. Don't worry about how how we built the pyramids. I'm not interested in that. And then the other one. Sorry, I did get that wrong, didn't I? I've got a lot on, okay? So let's go back to this ridiculousness. All right? Part of the funerary text known as the Amidwal, the book of what is the underworld, from the tomb of Thutmose. What's this? Yeah, this is it. It's weird stuff. From the tomb of Thutmose III, painted in a powerfully clear and diagrammatic style, resembling a written papyrus scroll. Right? Yeah. Do you know what this is? Oh, what's that guy there? What's he doing? Oh, it's so stupid. Right, here we go. The text describes the perilous nightly voyage of the sun god through the underworld, where he and his entourage encounter and defeat a host of foes before re-emerging triumphantly into the sky at dawn. The central register of this detail shows the sun god in ram-headed form on a boat with his followers. It's got to be in there. Do you know how unlikely this story is? Look, you either see it or you don't. You can either be subjective. What's this? Honestly, this is just, it's the efforts that have been made, right? Look. Look at it. And snake with legs. Look. What's that? You think I'm joking? I'm far from joking, folks. Limestone relief from the 5th dynasty mastaba of architect of Saqqara. It shows donkeys being worked in the fields carrying heavy loads. I know, guys, why don't you do one? Show us how you built the pyramids. The boys are having fun. Above, boatmen engage in a sporting competition. This bas relief is from the mastaba of the 6th dynasty official Ptahhotep at Saqqara. Any chance we can get something on the building of the, you know? Bunch of likely lads, huh? below, painted limestone relief from T.I.'s mastaba. Farm workers make a haystack on land that's been made fertile by the annual Nile inundation. Anything on maybe how you built the pyramids, guys? Right, a priest performing a circumcision. The 6th dynasty carved limestone relief is from the mastabas, the official Akmaha at Saqqara. Several theories exist regarding circumcision, but it appears to have at least been a requirement for boys entering the priesthood. That's what they get out of this. This guy was entering the priesthood. Are we sure that that's a circumcision? It's so stupid. It's so stupid that it's hard to put into words. This is one of my favourites. It's fantastic, isn't it? The lively painted wooden models found in the tomb of Meketra at Deir el-Bat give a vivid picture of life on a nobleman's estate. Above, sitting beneath a canopy, Meketra presides over the counting of his livestock. Opposite, a woman bearing a live duck in one hand and a basket containing jars of beer on her head, sustenance for Aktira's spirit. Here it is. Isn't that in remarkably good nick? I think that hand is, look, it's in very good nick, isn't it? It really is. Come on. Isn't it? It's got a live duck, look. A woman bearing a live duck in one hand and a basket containing jars of beer on her head. Sustenance from a Ketra's spirit. Look at this. 4,500 years old, look. Look at that. Soft plaster modelling over a limestone core. Isn't that clever? Bit of an eye thing missing there. It's a missing bit of the eye, but you know, apart from that. The bust of Nefertiti. Berlin bust. It's a life-size image of the Queen wearing a distinctive crown. It was found in the Amarna workshop of the royal sculptor. Tuthmo's scholars still debate whether its purpose was to be a prototype of a royal sculpture or an object of worship. It'd be hard to worship that with just one eye, wouldn't it? But they found this in a workshop. One presumes that roughly around the same time as Tutankhamun was discovered in 1922. Because there was between the 4,500 years when the Egyptians just disappeared or something, and then there was nobody, for hundreds, maybe thousands of years, nobody. And then this guy rocks up, Walker, or whatever his name was, Charlie, and they discover everything in the pyramids in the 1920s. And since then, I've been telling everybody that the Egyptians built them, even though there is no explanation for how even one stone was ever strong boys lie. Below, limestone relief from the Mustaba tomb of the 5th dynasty official TI. It shows stoneworkers carrying blocks of stone, tools, and a bucket. Of course. I mean, sure. But does it not look purposely worn? I'm telling you, folks, it's the insult that people are missing. You're not realizing, right? Pyramid Giza on its own weighs the equivalent of 63 Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. 63 of these. Folks, it's staring everybody in the face. All of this, the books. But there's no first step. It isn't logical. It isn't logical. You cannot go on to steps 2, 3, and 4 without one. It's insane. It's insane. I mean, insane. Stop. I just realised how long I've been going. Let's do that one after. This is good. Left. Hieroglyphs representing the meaning of a word. In their earliest forms, hieroglyphs were simple pictures of things or concepts known as ideograms. Even when a group of hieroglyphs came to represent the sounds of a word, phonograms, it was sometimes followed by an ideogram that confirms the meaning of the word. These are known as determinative signs. How clever they were. Look, motion, man, sun, hill, country, descent, whatever that is, jubilation, a cat, look, a woman, a widow. Really? Looks like one of those without the, sail upstream. Bee, honey, a book, plant, weep, a beer pot, chariot, didn't think they had wheels, a star, look, that's a good one. Folks, right, hieroglyphs representing the sound values of a word. Many letters of the English alphabet have a similar sound in Egyptian. This is an approximate guide to these letters of the alphabet, the different ways they might be pronounced, and an equivalent hieroglyph symbol. Underneath is a description of the symbol. So you get the symbol and then Egyptian vulture, right? A forearm, a foot, a hand, look, a cobra at rest. What's that? Horned viper? A horned viper, sorry. You know what? Let me put this one behind it. I think it's fascinating. Stand for jar. A hill slope. A basket with a handle, look. Reed flower. An animal with teats. Placenta, look. A wick of twisted flax. An owl. Water, that's clever. Lasso, look. Reed matting store. Mouth. Folded cloth. Oblique strokes. Oblique strokes. 2 reed flowers. See, that's a reed flower, yeah? And then there's 2 reed flowers. You know, for the retarded people. Quail chick. Tethering rope. A loaf of bread, look. A pull. A door bolt. Oh, folks. Below, hieroglyphs for the rulers of Egypt. The hieroglyphs in this king list, reading down the columns, show the Horus name of rulers from the first dynasty. Huh? Do they? Bird's going to have a bit of trouble taking off, I do believe. What are we looking at? Names? Oh, really? These are the names of all different rulers. It's so stupid, right? That how to get But of course, what happens is because we believe everything else. There's no stone solution. We just believe everything that we're shown, even though it's really stupid, don't we? Folks, I'm being dead serious. The Egyptians had nothing to do with the construction of the pyramids. They're ancient. The speed of light is absolute. It does not travel at 299,792,458 meters per second. It's ridiculous. It does not take 8 minutes and 20 seconds for photons to get here from the sun. It's absolute light. There is no delay. A solar eclipse cannot play out with finite light because of the 2.08 degrees that planet Earth turns counterclockwise in the 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Folks, please wake up. I need a vacation. Seriously. It's nearly a good shot. Human nature, what you've been taught. You need to somehow, so that the children are not left a disaster, you have to somehow start thinking. Seriously. Those of you who majored in Egyptology, get your money back. Seriously, get your money back. Right, folks, 58. That will do me. Oh, I hope that's a wrap. Later, folks. Laters.